People will say, they'll say stuff like to me, and this is my thoughts for this question. Always the same thing. Okay, when you're talking about older men and younger women, so they'll say some shit like, well, what if it was like a 35 or 40-year-old man that that was trying to get with your 18-year-old daughter? I'm like, first of all, you don't know if she's the one that came to him. That's number one. We always thinking, it's these perverters, it's these perverted creeps. They're always being predators and they're looking for younger. Y'all are so dumb that y'all don't realize that the majority of this shit is the younger women stepping to the older men. Y'all that fucking dumb. Like, y'all don't realize that. Y'all that fucking stupid. Okay? So, they like, okay, what if a person that's like in his 30s to 40s, came and told you that he's interested in dating or marrying your 18-year-old daughter or whatever. And you would think, okay, if this guy says, well, I'm going to provide for your daughter, or he seems like a pretty decent guy, and everything. He's got a house, he's got his whole situation made up, and he wants to marry her. They'll still be like, nah, that's wrong. And I'm thinking, so how is it wrong? Because you have people, men and women alike, that'll sit up there and try to, I think it's called concern trolling. I'm not sure. Will you act like you are concerned for one out of the two parties? But the truth is, it's not concern. It's just jealousy. Or you have a narrative or an agenda to follow. So with women that would hear of a situation like that, they would sit up here and talk about, well, he's just trying to get with her. He's just dating her because he wants some young pussy, or he wants somebody he can control. He can't handle a woman his age. And then the guys will say some stuff like, oh, if that was my daughter, and blah, 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 blah. And here's my response for this. Here it is. Y'all was waiting for it. If a person that's older, 30, 40, came to a daughter of mine that was 18, 20, 22, and said that they were interested in getting with them, they had their shit together, and I knew they were going to treat them right, and they wanted to put them in the house and marry them, nigga, you tear that pussy the fuck up. That's what you do. Tear it the fuck up. I want that dude to lay pipe on that bitch so good that she would never fucking have to come back to me and sponge off me again. I'll never have to worry about, this shit didn't work out because she's getting with somebody that just ran through and used and threw her away and made her baby mama. Now she got to come back home. She got to stay with me. I got to pay for her. And all the way up to fucking 25, she's still living at home. I ain't got to worry about none of that shit. Tear that pussy up, nigga. Tear it up. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's really all about. Let's just keep it real. I don't sugarcoat shit. I keep it raw, okay? We all fucking know that at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. People are concerned with the damage that dick is going to do. It ain't about protecting women. It's not about, he should get with somebody his age. Why? Give me a fucking good reason. What is the harm that this dude is going to do? What is the harm that this older dude is going to do to this younger woman? It doesn't matter how the relation is. How is he going to destroy her to where she will never make it past him, and there'll be emotional and mental trauma if he looks like somebody that's going to treat her right and comes off as a decent dude? So men and women are like, what their real concern is, and they don't want to say it, they are concerned about the damage that dick is going to do to that pussy. That's all that's about. But you'll sit up and you'll fucking watch porn. Dudes, you'll sit up and you'll fucking watch a bitch that's way shorter than the dude getting her pussy completely destroyed and getting double penetrated, and you don't say nothing about that? But you concerned about what damage the dick gonna do to this particular pussy that you talking about, that we're talking about, right? And for women, y'all stuff all kind of toys in y'all fucking toy. Y'all destroy y'all own shit. So why are you so concerned about the sexual habits and what two other grown people are gonna do in the bedroom? What is your fucking problem, right? That's what I'm saying. And I think when it comes to the men and the women, there's two sides to this jealousy and concern trolling shit. I'm going to put it to you just like this. Now, with the women will act like they're concerned for the female, and and all that, all those comments I gave you, all those reasoning that I gave you. And then when you ask them, what harm can that possibly do? Why you're so concerned? They can't answer the question. Well, it's just not right, but you don't know why. But rah LGBT. You rather see your son sucking on a dick and your daughter eating pussy, or talking about she's turning herself into a man and she's transitioning. Rah, right? But we can't have something that actually makes families. We can't tolerate that in 2024. So with the women, they are actually jealous that some of these younger females can pull men that they can't pull. Okay? They're mad that they are no longer those younger females and can do what they used to do or have a chance at it. So they're mad at their competition. So to make it, to use reverse psychology, they try to make it look like they're actually concerned. And it's also a coping mechanism for these women. They know they're done. That's the reason why these laws were created, and there was a stigma put on this, to make it where it's supposed to be shameful and try to discourage these type of relationships and dating and sexual interactions, because it was to stop the endless competition that older women had from the younger females. It was to end the competition, and that's what it is. Because this country dick polices men especially. They dick police heterosexual relationships, but they only punish the men for it, in every way they possibly can. In every way they possibly can, they tell you what you can and can't do sexually. But literally during Pride Parade, gay men can be fucking out in the street and the cops are told not to intervene. And I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you about that, okay? But let it be two heterosexual people out fucking, they're gonna put a stop to that fast. Because that can make babies, and they know. Does this country like babies being made? No, especially not black ones. So now when it comes to the men is a different story. Because the men, especially if it's their daughter, and some people ain't gonna like this, I don't give a fuck, because I keep it raw. You got some of these, and the mothers do this too. The mothers, when they have sons, it's the same thing. It's the same thing when the mothers have sons. But we're talking about daughters. These fathers that have daughters, they think to themselves, well, damn, I at my age can't even pull somebody like that. And even if they could, they have to fight their own demons, because that's what they think that they are. They fight what they think of their own inner demons and try to say, well, I would never, when I look at a young girl like these ones out here, or these models on Instagram or whatever, I think of my daughter. No, what it is that you want them, but you try to it's a coping mechanism for you to tell yourself that you're actually turned off and disgusted by the thought of that. Okay? So you think to yourself, well, if this man is coming to date my daughter, and I can't even get somebody that age or be allowed to without being shamed out of it, I'm damn sure not going to let him do it. And just like the mothers do with their son husbands, some of the fathers do this too. Okay, they're secretly attracted to some of their daughters, and some of these daughters are secretly attracted to some of their fathers, and the sons, same thing with the mothers. Okay, it just is what it is. And when some of these daughters see the fathers, especially if it's like stepfathers and stuff, I don't know what it is about that. No, when they see them with someone that's not their mother, that's what I meant to say. When the daughters see them with someone that's not their mother, or not the woman they was married to, that was their mother, maybe she passed away, maybe they separated, they get jealous of this new woman. And likewise, and this is very twisted, but it's very common, especially in the black community, when you have these mothers, they will try to be overly loud with the boyfriends in order to make their daughters jealous. Yep. We have a lot of twisted shit going on, but that's okay. Nobody wants to talk about that. We act like this shit doesn't happen, right? It does. Okay, just like women touching their children is very common with them molesting the infants in the black community, but nobody wants to talk about that because it's, women are innocent. But continued, so the father may have some kind of secret attraction. It could be even subconsciously, you don't realize it, to this daughter. So he's thinking, well, shit, who is this older man to be coming to my daughter's in his 30s or 40s? My daughter's 18 to her mid-20s. And he think he's going to take my daughter out and be fucking my daughter. And I can't even hit that. Yes, there are some guys that think like that. I told you, this is a straight video. This for grown people. This is not a family-friendly channel. I think I made that clear. So, and for the mothers, it's the same thing. Unfortunately, it's just like, well, going back to the fathers, you heard that scenario before where, it's even someone, say it's a person that's going to take their daughter to the prom or something, or someone that's a teenager that's dating their daughter, a guy dating their daughter. And that story where they go and show the shotgun and say, if you ever hurt my daughter, I'm going to come after you with this shotgun. Now, why would you say something like that unless you really want to fuck your own daughter? Because it's not that fucking serious. Ain't no pussy worth no damn somebody getting shot. So they just really want to scare the boy away so they can, be just them and the daughter. It just is what it is. Now, with the daughter, with the mothers, it's another kind of thing because mothers and sons, okay? Son husbands. This is something that some people talk about in private, but they don't want to put on YouTube. Not the way I do it. A lot of these, I won't say a lot, but plenty enough. It's like an unspoken thing in common in the black community. There's a lot of stories like this, where the mothers will be having some kind of affection with their sons that they really shouldn't be having. And since maybe the husband left, or they separated from the husband or the father, so now they've grown to be accustomed to having this affection for their sons. And even though it's not spoken of between the two, the mother sees the son that way, whether the son has a mutual feeling or not. And so therefore, every time that the son bring a girl home that he's interested in going out with, or he says, oh, I'm going to meet some girl to go on a date, it's like no matter who he bring, no girl is good enough for her son. Or, it could be someone that he ends up getting with, and maybe they end up getting a relationship with. They have a child or get married. And there's always this resentment between the son's wife or baby mama. There's a resentment between them and the son's mother. They never quite get along. You ever notice how common that is for them not to quite get along, those two? So it's all, let's just say if the son is married, the wife doesn't really get along with the mother-in-law too damn good because she feels that the mother feels that the wife or the girlfriend of her son is her competition, and that now he's given all his attention and affection and looking at that wife or that girlfriend that way, when the mother thought it was just all about her. And this is why you have some of these, it seems like it's common in the black community though, especially, you have some of these black mothers, what they'll do is they will go out and start dating. Typically this is like women in their 30s or 40s. They do this, sometimes 50s, 30s, 40s, 50s. They will typically go out and date a person that is around the same age as their son or within a few years. What do you think that is? Right? Because they're trying to replace their son that they can't have sex with, or make their son jealous because their son is messing with some women other than just being faithful to being around their mother. So now they want that son to see that God is their same age and know that he's busting his mother's pussy wide open and make him jealous. That's exactly how it is. That's exactly how it is. And so these are the things that people don't feel comfortable talking about. I just thought I'd mention, I know this was all over the place, but I told you this might be a draft video, or I don't know if it's going to be the one I upload. But sometimes I go all over the place, but I still think I make some good points. This is all the dysfunction that we have. This is some of the dysfunction that we have going on, especially in the black community, because I live in the black community. I grew up in the black community. All I mess with ever is black women. I have them in my family. So I think I know something. And, yep, it just is what it is. And back to this thing about older men versus younger women, I really think it's something else that people try to act like they're so concerned about the woman. And then they'll talk about, well, what could you, and they'll say, what could, you and this younger woman possibly have to talk about? The next time we're going to fuck. That's what we're going to talk about. Well, what could y'all possibly have in common? We enjoy some of the same sexual positions. Yeah. So it's funny how people would rather have the younger female. They don't mind the thought of her going away to college and having whole trains ran on her, or experimenting with lesbianism and threesomes, because that's all they fucking do at these dormitories at college. Why do you think they go away to college? That's so that when they come back to their hometown, nobody knows what type of person they are. That's so when they marry the person that they're going to marry in their home state or in another state that's not where the college is, that husband will never know how many fucking dicks been in their mouth. What you think that is? Maybe talking about always reminiscing with their homegirls about their college days. They always reminiscing, and they be acting like it's innocent. Oh yeah, we was really doing it up. This is the conversations they have in front of their husbands. But then they all know what they're really talking about how they were sexually all over the fucking place, getting drunk and getting trains ran on them and fucking two dudes in one night. They know what they're talking about, but we don't, okay? That's why they have to get a husband that doesn't know any of the shit that they did when they was in college. We're okay with, people are okay with their daughters getting ran through like that. Or they would rather see their daughter get used up by someone their same age in their hometown and turned into a baby mama or 2 times baby mama. Nobody says anything about that. And some of these women have to go back and live back with their father or their mother. They have to go back and live with them. So now you got 3 generations staying in the same fucking house. You got the mother, you got the fucking daughter that been ran through by 1 or 2 guys and made them a baby mama. And then you got the kids. It's 3 generations in one house. No shaming, no scorn for that, right? But God forbid that this woman marry an older guy that might provide for her and do right by her and be faithful, and they have an actual family. Oh, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. But let her take all kind of dick all over the fucking place. Let her get fucking trains ran on her. She get turned into a baby mama, go have fucking threesomes. She's in college exploring her sexuality, whatever the fuck that means. Being a lesbian, eating pussy. That's okay. That gets a pass because this is America, right? This is America. This is one fucked up ass. America is a big mind fuck. That's exactly what it is. And social media, especially YouTube, promotes that shit. You want to know how fucked up America is? Watch YouTube. Watch YouTube. That's how you're going to know. So it is what it is.